such a good mood. I was like, I'm gonna come out here and finish working on this FZ1. And then whoever's the dum-dum that puts a center stand on a 450-pound bike, I have no idea how the hell you put these things on the center stand. You really do throw your back out trying to muscle around and drop the bike. It's stupid. It really is retarded. So I'm like, let me use one of these cheap as dirt wheel stands that I got with the bike. And then of course I drop the bike, falls onto this bike, knocks this bike over, bends the mirror. Thankfully it didn't knock that one over, but who cares? But now we gotta buy a new windscreen. I need a bigger garage. Like, this stuff's fun, but when you're tied up for space, it really sucks, honestly. It's aggravating. Now I gotta spend another $100 on a windscreen for this piece of dirt. That shouldn't even be taking the front wheel off because people aren't honest. Everybody sells crap. So sick of people. I sell everything. I'm the most honest person when I sell stuff. I'll tell you everything wrong with it before I tell you anything right with it. And I sell it cheaper than anybody. And then when I buy stuff, I still always pay top dollar. And still everybody, I'm just so sick of people. Like, I like working on bikes, but I hate dealing with people sometimes. But anyways, we got the front wheel off the ground. Let's figure out what this retard did with the front brakes. Something like this, when they say, oh, I was sitting because I couldn't do the front brakes. Most people aren't, you know, that's too good to be true. I knew better. People are just retarded. Like, so sick of taking people's word. Do your own homework. That's all I could say. Really look at it yourself. Don't believe anything anybody tells you. Oh man, sometimes you just gotta love the internet. To remove this front wheel, 19mm Allen head. I mean, I gotta have $30,000 in tools, so I don't have a 19mm Allen head. Do a quick Google search. People say, use the back of your 5/8 spark plug socket. It's 6-sided. Bam, look at that. Put the extension on the inside. Oh, what a brilliant idea. Okay, back at it. This windscreen, knocking this thing over, it was a $100 mistake. Dang it. That's no bueno. So, I figured out why this guy sold this bike. It wasn't running, you know, dead battery, crap gas tank, carb's a mess, because it sat for 8 years. And what I think happened, if I had to put my money down on it, like 8 or 9 years ago, this guy put new tires on it, and without riding it, and blasted a pothole, or ran up a curb, or did something stupid, and damaged the front rim and ruined, you know, probably damaged the new front tire. Because this rear tire is like new, but it don't have the nubbies on it. The front has the nubbies right in the center even still. So you know that this tire's never been ridden on. So the rim's on backwards. So this guy, he took the front rim off, brought it to the place. I mean, it looks like someone tried to straighten the rim out with a rock, you know, like, people just destroy stuff. But anyways, can you see it? My light in here? Every time. Alright, so you see that arrow? It's pointing this way. And even on the wheel, front, it's pointing this way. But unless you're riding this bike in reverse, when you're going forward, the rim rolls this way. So this jabroni put the rim on backwards. And that's how he messed up the calipers, all this stuff. And no big deal. They just pop it off and switch it around. But this dang axle bolt will not come loose. Like, just judging by everything else I see, this thing's probably cross-threaded and Loctited on there, knowing this banana. So I'm afraid of stripping this thing out and really making a mess, but this thing might need the whole, you know, might need a new axle, a new right fork tube, you know, because I guess the left side, if you slid the whole set of forks out right now, this side, well, the right side, this side will come off because it's free on the axle nut there, but then the axle is, you know, seized onto right here. There's no locking nut, nothing clamping it. I'm gonna try heating it up with the propane torch, but I'm always scared doing that on aluminum, and the thing gets seals in there, like you can't get it too hot. And I'm gonna heat it up and hit it with the gun again. Like I could try with a breaker bar, but I feel like I'm more likely to round it off with a breaker bar. But what a kick in the butt, man. It was so much work to get it running. Like I kind of wish I messed with the brakes first now. Like if I would have sold all this, I would have just reposted it to get my money back with someone else. But now it runs good, but we got this issue here, like, which is a major issue. It stinks. But let's see what we can do. I'm gonna heat it up and give it a shot, and then after that, if it don't work, I'm throwing in the towel. I'm gonna put it back together and just try to get my money back. I don't feel like starting a big project. I just got that other one. I'd rather work on that. Like sometimes, you know, you don't win on all of them, but man, I just wish people would be more honest. You know, like that's something this guy 110% knew about. Okay, we got it. I used the propane torch. Obviously, you don't want to burn it or burn the paint or anything. Aluminum, you just want to get it nice and warm. I didn't think it was gonna go, honestly. But I saw it creep just a little bit, and that's all you need to see. And I knew. Sometimes on those impacts, you just gotta let it ride, go forward, back. But once I saw it budge that little squeak of return, I was like, oh, I think it's gonna come out. But yeah, so we got that out. I just got this little fan on there to cool that fork tube back off. But all right, now we can actually fix this thing. I was like, this thing turned out to be way more work than I expected, but it's a nice clean bike. It's gonna be worth it. So. Let's get back to it. Alright, with the front wheel off, both rotors look straight. So now we're going to flip the rim around, you know, put some grease on this stuff while it's apart. Put the wheel back on, and if everything's like it should be, I'll be able to put the front brakes back together, fill it with fluid, bleed the brakes. I got new brake pads for it too. And then, if all goes well, we should have front brakes. And then after that, I'll just have to fix that coolant leak, change the oil. Alright guys, making some good progress on this FZ1. This thing almost got the better of me. It was just kept finding more and more problems, you know. But sometimes he's got to walk away and then come back with a clear head. So, I'm almost done with this. I was able to clean up that hose and tighten the clamp for that coolant leak, and then believe it or not, when you put the rim facing the right direction, the calipers then fit. So we got the wheel back on the right way. I had bought a used set of calipers to replace the one that the guy had taken apart. So we replaced the right side caliper, put new brake pads in there, flushed the brake system with some new .4 synthetic, and then we got, watch this now, right? This whole time unloading it off the trailer, moving around with no brakes. A pain in the butt. You know, you usually use the front brake to stop it when you're rolling, you know? But here we go. Look at that. It's time to take the O2 FZ1 for the first test ride. Alright, cool. I hear the fans on. That's a good sign. The fan's working. Yeah, it's on. Brakes work good. I wasn't going too hard on it. Those clutch plates and everything have just been sitting forever. Oh, it runs pretty good. I didn't really crack it open, but it was pulling. For show. Dang, look at that bike. Oh, I thought this oil spot was from this bike, but everything's dry under there. This thing isn't leaking a drop. Yeah, this is definitely a good running bike. Somebody that didn't really know what they were doing took it apart. can't see.